What's the name of that dagger?
Dagger.
We ready?
Oh man, dude.
Oh wait.
You got me fucked up about the meteor man.
Oh, that he's a baddie?
He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's not only was the hot...
Show me a little baddie.
Not only was the fire not hurting them, also he killed all those fireflies.
Yeah.
Hey everybody!
Matt up!
I'm Sam.
I'm Caleb. And I'm Will.
And we are Working Title!
Damn! We are back, ladies and gentlemen, for the 4th episode of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. I don't know what it's called. We'll figure it out at some point.
It's right
the 4th
here.
Episode.
Right here.
Last on, Caleb, what happened?
Fuck.
Elves died.
Elves died.
Because of a tree.
The tree.
We went to Numenor.
Yep, we did.
Met the badass Elendil.
Elendil.
And his kind of okay Isildur son.
Isildur and daughter.
Random daughter didn't know existed. And, most importantly, Adar made an appearance. Kind of.
Sort of.
Blurred out.
Kind of blurry. Maybe Sauron.
Maybe.
Looked kind of elvish, maybe.
So, y'all, if you made it to this point, make sure you leave a like. Smash that subscribe button if you've not already done so you can stick around for more of the Rings of Power reactions. We're also going through a bunch of other shows right now. House of Dragons, go check it out. We're about to start Andor. We're about to drop a lot of movies, so get your clicky buttons ready. Your mouse, that's what I meant. Also, check out this show on Amazon. We don't own it. Check it out over there, and then come back and watch your boys. We're gonna punch it.
Oh no, the tree.
Oh yeah, all the leaves are falling. That's not a good sign.
Oh, shiznit. Yeah, dude.
Oh god. That's really bad.
Oh my gosh!
Oh god.
Wait, this is fake.
Yeah,
Bro.
she's having a dream. This is the prophecy.
Bro, Numenor is collapsed.
Onion.
And that's why we don't see it in Lord of the Rings.
Holy shnikes.
Okay, dream.
That was really cool.
What business would you begin with?
Closing those fucking blinds.
Yeah, that'd be sleek.
Yeah.
Chancellor, statecraft is the art of attending to small matters as diligently as grand ones.
I feel like it looks like
You've
Jack
learned
Black.
that by now. Cleverness,
Winsky game then.
small ambition. Very much. What would she see? Men of Numenor or a gaggle of mewling children?
Got him.
We are sons and daughters of Edai, of Elros Tarminiatur, whose house conquered Morgoth himself.
What?
But now one elf, a castaway, could threaten us.
Yeah, literally.
Trust in me. For by the calluses on my hands, I swear that elven hands will never take Numenor's helm.
This guy has the most
Remain,
interesting
as always,
design
Yeah.
of a person I've ever seen. From clothes to hair.
Thank you, Jack Black.
He is a unique build.
Drinks all around.
He's like the male Cruella de Vil.
That too.
Without the dogs.
Yeah.
Yet. Yet to see them.
Where's your dad who loves me? Get the elf lover out here.
Yeah. What is she gonna do? What was that?
Glare
Dude.
angrily.
It's like she's opened her Shire gun.
Yeah.
One with Numenor's true ruler,
Oh.
your father, the king.
Yeah.
You should not speak of matters you do not understand, Galadriel, daughter of Finarfin.
And you should stand aside, that I might present my proposal to one who holds the authority to answer it.
Ain't you.
With what authority
Ain't
do
you.
you speak, elf? That of your people? Or are you a castaway, grasping for a handhold in a tempest?
There is a tempest in me. It swept me to this island for a reason, and it will not be quelled by you, Regent.
Oh my god, dude.
Not even Queen. Get shit on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well.
Oh my god, Sam just did a spit take.
Sorry. I guess it did not work.
Oh. Oh. Oh! Oh, come on.
What's up, guys?
Where's Adar?
Gang.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of Sauron.
Yes.
Necromancy.
Maybe.
He's not technically dead, so I don't know.
Is that Uncle Benjamin?
It is.
Oh my god!
It is.
What? Uncle Benjamin. Yeah, that is.
For the watch.
Wow.
Oh god.
Ah!
Oh my god, you're right.
For the watch.
Is this dude supposed to be
That was a
Sauron?
spoiler I knew. That Uncle Benjamin played Adar.
Okay.
Oh man. Well,
Seems that he cares for the orcs because he was about to cry.
Yeah.
a mercy.
Really strange to me.
Yeah, he definitely looks like a corrupt elf. I don't think it's
Yes.
Sauron.
No, I don't think it is either. He's too small.
Dude, he's
Is he
awesome.
branded or does he just have burns on his face?
Oh, that's not gonna help you.
Mose mona neneli
Oh shit.
makata
Huh.
Valarian desert. Mano paesi. I went down that river once when I was young.
Dude, his outfit is awesome.
I remember the banks were covered in sage blossoms, miles of them. What do the orcs call you, Father?
Don't try it.
You have been told many lies. Some run so deep. Even the rocks and roots now believe them.
Damn.
To untangle it all would always require the creation of a new world.
Oh my.
But that is something only the gods can do, and I am no god. At least,
Not yet.
Yeah.
not yet.
Let's go.
Whoa.
Fuck.
Let's go.
What are you?
The servant of the secret fire.
Go to the men who've taken refuge in the old watchtower.
Tell them we're coming.
Deliver to them a message. What message?
I'm back, bitches. That's what the message is.
It's me. I'm him.
Kim is I.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Playing hide and seek with you.
Oh he's out here deuces.
Time to go.
The sky is against us. Damn it.
Oh
Rowan.
god, dude. Why are they fast?
Scuttling. I love that.
Rowan and
Scuttering.
Theo are idiots.
He's skittering on the walls.
Bro,
Oh my god, is that?
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
definitely
person.
some
Whoa!
Not the grave.
Rice!
Not my knee.
Oh. It's the one that killed the elf.
Yeah.
Young.
Oh.
Oh.
Where'd you get that?
Oh! Why? Oh, wow. Okay.
Look at this kid.
The soul demands a sacrifice.
Oh. Wrath. Wrath. Oh. How do you?
He's like, was that the echo of the well?
It sounded like a boy saying, ow.
Let me investigate. Must have been nothing.
Must have been the wind.
Yeah, that was a
Rose being as loud as possible.
Yeah.
Tower of Babel.
Calibre ball.
The merry-go-round.
Elves and dwarves working together.
Six Flags looks very different these days.
Wow.
It is everything you said it would.
Hershey Park. Please.
Either he's avoiding me or he's hiding something.
Uh-oh.
A little bit of both, probably.
Mithril.
Yes! Back home.
Mithril.
Well, in my peripheral, I saw you pull out something. I was really hoping it was pipe weed.
Oh no.
Just like a giant pipe.
keep putting
I
me
came
off.
prepared for Lord of the Rings.
Suspicious.
Are you suggesting Durin's got himself a wee girlfriend?
There is
Yes.
none other than you, Millie.
I know. Who'd have him?
Damn.
She's got a point.
Calling a dwarf dishonest in her own home? It's a recipe for strong gravy.
If Durin is mining quartz, why would he leave without taking his chiseling axe? And why would you be preparing his favorite meal if he's gone to a chasm that takes 2 full days to descend?
Oh, shit.
I would never.
Can we actually see what Mithril looks like?
Well, I think we're about to see where Durin.
I'd really like to see what it looks like.
God, chasm. Not bad.
Believe me, he's not easily taken in, that elf.
Certainly not. Later.
Hush now. We better keep our pipes down.
Oh,
Dude, her eyes are fucking amazing.
we're making good progress in the old mine.
That shot. One thing they nailed is definitely the look of the Hobbit. Like for some of the set pieces, the color schemes that they have. Because I mean, look at the colors right there. It's great looking.
Did we just see his elf eyes? Did he just use his elf
Yeah.
eyes?
They're taking the Hobbits to Isengard.
The Lost Elf.
No. I know exactly where I'm going.
Shit.
All stealth.
Woody. I love how they're all grumpy.
It'd be crazy to like look at an elf's eyes up close and like it zoom in like a microscope.
Or like a lens. Like,
Yeah.
Why are you snooping?
They're not supposed to be here, lad.
Oh, they got a door
A
there.
hidden door.
Yeah.
Is there a
Melon.
Please be a riddle that opens
The universal answer for every door, I think, is
Melon.
a ill-advised option.
Witchcraft, kiss the stone, polishing gems and gold.
Shut up.
No way!
He's just like that. He's just like.
He listened to
Took
the
a
rock.
wild guess.
He listened to the rock and he's like, okay, this riddle, gotcha.
It's because Gerda and Gamma were singing it.
True.
He was like, oh, maybe that's it, simply.
Touch it and swear.
Hanta Mountain.
I swear on the memory of my father. Earendio the Mariner. Anything you tell me here will end in my ears alone.
Oh my
Nice.
god, it's
Like the
sad.
Yeah.
It's a good line.
Can we see it? Can we see it? Can we see it?
Detected it during
What are you hoping to see?
I don't know, just a beautiful white gem like an opal.
when you are
Wow.
Looks like white
lighter
kryptonite.
than silk, harder than iron as weaponry, it would best have proudest blades. In our tongue, grey glitter. In yours, something like me proud.
Mithril.
No, it would be
Mithril.
Mithril.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got a nice friendly face.
Oh yeah.
Keep it.
It's very...
Oh, yeah!
Token of our friendship.
Let's go!
Well, how is he supposed to keep a secret of what
Yeah.
it is if he has it on him?
Yeah.
What is that?
Stone. I found it. It's cool. Oh!
Boy, leave me alone.
It's alright. It's alright, honestly.
It's lower. You need to go lower.
Oh, jeez.
I had already pissed me draws.
Scrubbing is good for dexterity. Also, the guildmaster says.
So, how about this? I'll do the floors and you do the goblets, and the last one you finish pays for dinner.
I'm not in the habit of going after stranger
Scrubbing is for dexterity. There you go. No. I just read the
Tar
name.
Palantir
I just read the
grounds?
name. I don't like that. I don't like that name.
Is that actually what his name is?
Yeah.
What?
Palantir?
Grunt's coughing.
What is that even?
Don't ask.
Oh, there's no way his name's Palantir.
Don't ask.
It's all right, Father. And the promise to quell the storm.
There's a Palantir.
No.
That first night.
Yeah, dude.
Palantir.
You've been calling for it.
Some seeing stones the months were. The other 6 either lost. This was passed to my father.
But I corrupted him.
Secret.
Don't
touch
Don't
touch
do
the
it.
Palantir.
I've touched Palantir before.
Okay.
Touch this one.
I hate this, but I love it at the same time. I have touched it before. Whoa! What? What? Whoa! Okay.
Oh, this is how she saw the flood.
She was dreaming.
Oh. Oh, snap.
So they see Numenor's defeat or fall. There's gonna orc right around that corner.
Gotta get jump.
Yeah.
Wrath again.
Wrath.
Same guy. You've embarrassed me, so I waited for you all day.
Oh! Listen, you're wrong. Who listen your lips?
Who? Oh.
Who did that?
Oh, yeah, he was that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Sick. Oh, they run
That's-
for it. Oh,
Bro, that's like one of the first places we stopped on our trip.
Yeah.
Straight up.
The deep woods.
Yeah.
Do
This
the
is
shot.
this is feeling
Do the
like
shot.
I-
Grab the arrow. Send it back.
How did you just
Send it back.
Bullshit.
Oh my god!
I just pulled out the last one. Alive.
Wow.
Let's go!
No dwarf
He's
left
fucking
behind.
champion.
He shut it down. The whole vein is to be sealed off.
Oh no, that
Damn.
sucks.
All of it. Forgive me, Father. I was proud
Whoa.
and stubborn. And I
Whoa.
was wrong.
There you go.
That's a throne.
It's a serious throw.
You need not wait for that day to hear my voice.
Damn.
Forever am I with you, my son.
Oh.
Even in anger. Sometimes in anger most of all.
Yeah, more often than not.
There is nothing to forgive.
But this guy looks awesome.
Yeah.
But intuition's a powerful tonic. What is yours to me? There is something more at work.
Something's off.
Good, my son. Good.
Your people may live if you forsake all claim to these lands.
Oh shit.
And swear fealty to him.
Yeah. That's not a good bargain.
If we refuse,
We're all dead. What do you think?
Who's coming for us, Teeth?
Run.
Is this us to
Run. Run.
I don't know.
Probably.
Oh.
Come off it, lad. You know what I speak.
Oh my.
Oh, he's
Okay.
branded.
He took it and ran me.
No, he stabbed himself
he
with
stabbed
it.
himself. Oh, he's been using it. Or had used it.
Morgoth.
Scared of him, lad. If you heard of Sauron,
Okay, Sauron.
well, you must have seen it in the skies. A few weeks back now. Starfall means his time is near.
Shit.
Near, lad.
Oh no.
To be ready.
Oh.
Ready for what? Whoosh now, lad. You save your strength. You'll need it.
Damn it, and the war's to come.
War's coming.
Winter is coming.
Hellfire's coming.
We gotta return one more time to Adar.
No, Father. We found him.
But we lost it.
Oh no. Bro, where do they film these sets? I mean, this is a humongous set. I think a good portion of that
Italy?
is. Maybe not that, but that is.
Italy?
That right there, all real.
You're real.
Dude, the music the past 2 episodes is on top.
What if she's like, we're going on? Thank you for dooming your people, seemingly. Very nice.
I'll be able to sleep like a baby now that that elf's gone.
That man was the super CEO of racism.
You already said that.
I know. He's the super CEO now.
Go after her, Elendil. Ditch this shithole.
gonna be destroyed by a tsunaami soon, seemingly. Anyway,
It'll be her fault.
There we go.
Yeah, look at that.
It's actually
It's the
happening.
start.
The second that she lets Galadriel go, the prophecy
She's like,
kicks
oh
in.
fuck.
Wow, man.
You let this happen, stupid
dummy.
You sold the clip. It's all over.
Fumbled the bag hard. That's not what that means.
Nah, that's fine.
No, you're right.
That is a context in which it could be.
Go grab her.
Oh, look at him too.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Oh, that sucks.
What did you do?
Oh, the second they let her go too.
So, I've decided to personally escort the elf back to Middle-earth.
I'm back.
Yeah, that's Galadriel right there.
The boat ride lasted about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
She came back.
Go to war. What do you call it? Yo, let's go. Oh, I still know where he's going with this.
Yes, sir. He's probably hyped about this.
Finally.
Bring your friends. They have
Bath time.
no life now.
Yeah.
What say you?
And make yourself known.
Yeah.
What say you?
Two dipshits.
I will serve.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Fuck.
I will serve.
Yeah, I guess.
My friend told me to.
Yeah.
I will serve.
Yes. Let's go.
Why are you surprised?
Yeah.
All Bro wants to do is.
And now we're all here. Everybody. Yeah.
I serve.
I'll think about it.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Nice.
Damn, no Harflets. This
Thank the
episode.
Lord.
Thank
Thank
God.
the Lord.
I wasn't taken out of the episode for a single minute.
Controller, I don't want to see a preview. No.
Was that Gimli?
Gamley. It's Gamley.
Oh shit, that's a spoiler there.
What is?
That's me, we like Gimli.
That's me. What an ugly woman this is. That's my we like.
That's me, we like Gimli.
Yeah, dude, I was watching a couple videos about Lord of the Rings over the weekend. The octopus that attacks them in Fellowship.
Yes.
It's called a nameless creature. And that there's...
That makes sense. You were saying a bunch of things today. I'm like,
yeah.
What? When did the show tell us these things?
Yeah.
You're talking about the Valar. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah. Bro, Elrond's dad was gifted the power of flight from the Valar to fight Morgoth, and he led an army of eagles against him.
The elf eagle.
I'd do it too if I could fly.
I'm sure he didn't know that was going to be his outcome. Oh, you mean to fly with the eagles?
What?
What?
What Sam was saying.
I said I would do that too if I could fly.
I was thinking about earlier when Adam mentioned when Elrond was like he was given the whatever he's with the
by
star.
Got the Eastern something.
Oh yeah, by the end of it, he was like, "You're a star now."
Yeah, I thought what Sam was saying. Oh, if I knew I was gonna fly, then I would do it. Not thinking about the eagle part. I was thinking about that. I was like, I don't think he knew what his reward was gonna be.
Yeah. And it's weird. I thought that Anduil, the sword, was named after Elrond's dad, but they said a different name. So maybe it's not
Name
that.
of the
Or
West.
you were saying that they don't have all the legal rights to say some things.
They might have to switch it up a bit. I'm pretty sure they own the rights to The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Okay.
So I guess within that context, they can say things that belong to those. Yeah, that was episode 4. I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was.
Very enjoyable.
Yeah.
The pace, I felt, was starting to pick up. Like, we have some forward momentum now, going forward into what the grander story is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I felt like some of the dialogue wasn't as like dead.
No,
This episode.
I could like follow it a bit more.
I don't think I ever had a problem with following it. It was just kind of like, like what are we talking?
Well, yeah, I feel like some of the last episode when we got to court with Pharos and what's the lady's name?
Queen Regent.
Queen Regent. They were just saying a bunch of stuff that was just felt like fill in the blank that you could apply to like any situation. But I was like, I don't know what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, felt like it was a little bit more grounded to follow, and like I said, there was some more exciting story elements now introduced that has me interested a lot.
Yeah.
I guess the first big one was we got to see Adar, played by Uncle Benjen.
Uncle Benjen. It was just funny, like, when he first walked in, I was like, he kind of looks familiar. And then when he was, like, leaning over, it just felt like a shot from Game of Thrones. And I was like, is that Uncle Benjen?
Yeah.
Such a random, like, thing.
I was with my brother, and he was talking about Adar and, like, what he hopes to see from him, because he didn't know who it was. And we hadn't seen the episode, the spoiler that I was talking about. But my brother was aware that the actor that was playing him was Jed Brophy. That might be the wrong
JID.
What?
JID.
No.
That would be nuts. Imagine JID's just on screen.
I don't ever want to see him act.
To be fair, me too.
No, but I looked up one of the pictures from the episode 3 because I wanted to see the blurred shot, and I was like, that looks like somebody I know. And Josh showed me the actor for Adar, and I was like, who's that? And he's like, that's the guy playing Adar. I was like, that's Uncle Benjen, though. What? So that's pretty cool. I like seeing that guy. A fellow dyslexic, also. One of the few actors I know that is that. Hey, as a dyslexic, I like to know.
Let's go.
Yeah,
dyslexics.
I like to see a fellow actor out there.
Comment if you're dyslexic.
Sam, after saying that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I think it's cool.
No,
whatever.
It's awesome.
Regardless, he looks awesome.
He does look really cool.
He looks just like the Black Hand.
He's probably. Hopefully, we'll see him more in like different roles. I feel like he's just a good actor with prosthetics on.
Yeah, the prosthetics weren't bad though.
I'm Dead in Game of Thrones, how he looked, and then how messed up he looks in this too.
I'd like to know his story, where he comes from. I think it's safe to assume he's an elf, right?
He's speaking Elvish.
Yeah.
Because he knew exactly where Adir was born. Arendir. He knew exactly where it was.
And I like how he talks. He's already coming from a, like, not so much sadistic type of villain, but more of, like, not a sympathetic one, but you can see there's a little bit more behind him that could lead to, like, making common folk be subservient to him just through the understanding of the situation at hand. So that'll be really exciting to see.
I mean, he let him go, so yeah. And he was like, you got a message. You all can give up your land and bow to me, or you know what's going to happen.
Well, I just thought something. You guys were all talking about how it's weird about him crying for the orc.
It was very sympathetic towards orc.
What is an orc?
A corrupt elf.
Yeah. I just thought of that.
Yeah.
And technically, he's on the border of becoming very corrupt, so that's that I can see why that's sad for him. I never even thought of that.
Yeah, I mean, he did say too. He was like, they were calling him father, so he might be
Lord Father.
He might be like the one leading the creation of these ones here, while Sauron is wherever Sauron's fucking around doing. Maybe Meteor Man.
Yeah,
but
seemingly,
how wild would it be if we actually get to see like a transformation of an orc in the show? Like to see like the bare bones, like mechanics of how that works. Because we've never, like, it's all kind of just an up in the air idea that we all have in our minds of how we assume they are created. But it'd be really wild if, like, just like the Uruk-hai are, like, ripped out of the earth. If we get to see, like, the power of somebody like maybe Adar, somebody higher up that has the power of corruption.
Well, like I was saying, I watched another video about orcs, goblins, and Uruk-hai, and the guy, whoever did the video, had a very good question, and it was, are orcs just immediately bad in this universe? Like, were they just made to follow Morgoth and Sauron, or are there some orcs out there who don't follow this? I thought that was a super cool question.
I feel like in respect to Lord of the Rings and the show, it doesn't get very gray in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
Like, it's very black and white.
I
was always under the impression that they are essentially like demons. Like, they are just bad. There is no good. There is no anti-hero in them. They are just like, dogs of Sauron that just do whatever he bids.
Will's correct about that too. The J.R.R. Tolkien was very open about not having, well, at least with like the elves and the orcs, making it very clear that there was no redemption for orcs. Like that's where, when Shadows of War and Mordor came out, I remember some people were wondering if Ratbag had any redemption, and there was like a lot of talk about that because it was an orc that was kind of siding with humans. But the end of the story is that no, it's just
he has
an
no
orc.
agenda.
He's looking out for his own interest. There is no redemption for an orc because, in the terms of, because this is like based in like Catholicism. So the idea is the elves know the truth of the world. So when they turn, it's permanent. Like there is no once they are corrupt and they've made their decision. There's no redemption for them. So orcs are beyond that. So they are in their paradise now, which is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Adar is a cool addition. I'm excited to see a little bit about more of him, and this reminds me a lot of The Witcher, where it's like a lot of story and like or Game of Thrones, like how I feel like we should just talk about certain plots rather than like one after the other.
No, we shouldn't do it. Don't do it in order because it's not going to make sense.
But the Southlands were in their little famine, and Theo decided to go down. Had his little Ghost of Tsushima moment with Rowan.
Stealth up.
Yeah. He's pretty good. He's pretty good for a kid. He's pretty talented.
But he utilized the hilt,
sword,
stabbed him. So it seems like it only is extended for a time.
Yeah.
And it requires like his own blood to utilize. And he managed to, get away from the, captain of the orcs in the area.
Captain
Wrath. And then he hid in a well for
a really long time.
12 hours or something.
Do you think that it's going to be one of those things where, like, it only explodes out into a sword because he's not the supposed wielder of it? Like, it only extends fully with the true wielder? Or do you think...
Yeah.
Like, what do you think's up with that? Because that's a really weird idea.
Well, Adar is looking for it.
Yeah.
So maybe he's, he made it.
Like, it can only have potential when it's fully with him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, so the old guy said... How did he phrase it exactly? When he was talking to Theo about it, said you found it. He said it was made by Sauron's hands.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's a power. It's not necessarily just a sword. So...
Damn. So weird. So this is like a ring before the ring.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume it's just some magical weapon. Now, I don't know that because of him stabbing himself, has he, branded himself to already be...
Maybe
turned, kind of like how Frodo deals with the whole ring power struggle after he uses it one time, or rather just being in its presence. You know what I mean? Because it's
a beacon.
It called to people as soon as they were near it. So I don't know if because he's utilized it, it now draws to him and he's going to have to serve the powers of darkness and Sauron's army, but.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. There was always intent about when you touch something that is a power, it's going to influence you forever on. So I wonder what Theo has done to himself permanently now.
Well, one of you threw out that it might have been you that this could be a path to a ring wraith.
Yeah, he could be the first wraith.
But that to me doesn't make sense because all the ring wraiths are all kings.
Weirdly enough, this episode I was thinking maybe we're looking at a couple ring wraiths on the screen. Because I was even I was looking at King Durin's helmet and I was like, man, that looks like the Witch King's helmet.
It does.
And I was like, I've never thought of a dwarf being one of the corrupt kings. I don't know if it has to be the 9 men, right?
I think they all said men.
It has to be 9 men with 9 rings. But that's still a weird idea because I've only ever thought of powers with the rings. And they dropped the word that's one of the titles of the show. So I feel like that's gonna hold some weight. A sword of a thing of power.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a rendition of that that's not a superpower, just not attached to a ring. An early manifestation of.
Yeah, it could be a first attempt. Clearly Sauron's been doing some shit behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that he said the old man said that was a hilt from back in the day with their ancestors who served Morgoth, and Sauron made it. So I would imagine that this is probably Sauron's first attempt at trying to utilize great power.
Yeah.
Comes great responsibility.
Does Theo have the responsibility to wield it?
No,
so far it seems like it.
But Arondir didn't shank Adar, and he went free and saved Theo. Saved Theo from Wrath, and there was one of the best shots of the episode was the running through the woods. He grabbed an arrow in the air and propelled it back. And then we had the giant sunset scene, and the mom came and saved Theo. And then
Bronwyn. Yeah.
And then Arondir gave her what the ultimatum is, that the Southlands have to bend the knee and give up the land.
Give up their land at that point.
But it's not even like you're allowed to escape. Like, give up the land and escape. It's like, no, you stay in the land.
You stay in the land, you serve.
Give up your rights to us, and if not...
bow. Bend the knee.
Sorry, and I don't want to be the hater. Dude, I hate that action scenes in this show so much.
Really?
The slow motion's so
stupid. I liked it today. I didn't like it last
I didn't like it last
week.
I thought it was leading up to a death scene. That's why I thought it was gonna. That's why I thought it was in slow motion.
It adds like this like weird like pseudo dramatic shit. That's just like not. Like it's like they're trying to make something dramatic when it's not.
That's a great way to describe how I felt about some of the Hobbit scenes, because they would do that over and over again. They do slow-mo with like intense music, and then it wouldn't lead anywhere, and then it would be like, okay, then a new one would happen. I'd be like, okay, if something dramatic isn't going to happen, stop doing it. So I get you.
Because like, okay, Fellowship of the Ring, Boromir,
dude,
slow motion.
Just thinking of that.
Boromir,
but it delivers.
But it delivers. Yeah, but that's dramatic. But the rest of the fight scenes in that are all fast motion. The only fight scene in this show so far that I can think of, well, there's two. The chase of like the water worm or whatever that was. It wasn't really a fight, but it wasn't in slow motion. No. You know, whatever. And then I forget the human dude that's in Numenor.
Halbrand.
Yeah, Halbrand.
Oh yeah, in the street.
When he fought in the street, that was just normal speed, and that was great. I actually like enjoyed that. It was a little gimmicky, but it was kind of cool and gruesome the way he broke that dude's arm.
Yeah.
But but the rest of this, I mean, it was like 90 seconds of slow-mo.
Yeah.
Like
it was really long.
It was really long. Like, I just don't, like, they did that with the troll scene in the first episode. They did that with this. They did that with the prison break moment, or, you know, they tried to escape the orcs. Yeah. Like, it just doesn't, I just rather see Arondir, like, just, like, moving fast and doing wild shit. Like, if you want to do the slow-mo for him grabbing the arrow for the moment, and then,
that's the only defense I
that would have been cool.
Yeah.
But, like, don't do it for the whole, like, 90,
3
100
minutes
seconds.
straight.
Yeah, it's just like...
We can call the slow-mo time the is somebody gonna die moment.
That's literally what that moment felt like.
Yeah, it felt like
they did it for the
mom.
elves that I didn't care about. It would have been better if they didn't do it for the elves at all. It was just a quick speed, and then use it only for this episode, because I was like, wow, are they really going to kill one of these three? We're just meeting them. Like, that's kind of crazy. Like, I don't want Arondir to die, because he's like the only like action part of this story. Theo has the special thing, and Bronwyn we just got introduced to. She's barely done anything other than swoon.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I just hope if every fight scene is like that in the show, that's gonna make this unbearable for me at those moments. Yeah. And the rest of the show is like decent. I'm enjoying like the conversations and the scenes and most, not really, a decent amount of the characters I've enjoyed.
Yeah, right now it's a decent amount for me. It's
decent.
like I could throw out a lot of these, or like pass over some of these, or I wish I could watch the show back to back in 30 minutes instead of an hour.
Yeah.
I need to see more like what Isildur's story is building towards, because to me it just feels very slow right now.
I think one of my gripes about the episode, or just the show so far in general, is the story's okay, and they use all the exciting moments to be just connective tissue to prior things like Palantir or a Morgul Blade, or like all the show's like exciting moments are based on things that we already know.
Yeah.
And they use that a lot. Like when you watch an okay Marvel film and they bank all their people to come see the movies because of the Easter eggs.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I'm feeling right now, where it's like I feel like they're trying to use the Easter eggs of the Middle Earth realm to keep people's interest. But I know it's not going to be enough for me to keep my interest in the show.
Yeah.
Because those little spectacle moments are exciting, but if the content's not like thoroughly good all the way through, I'm going to lose. I'm going to get too like drawn out.
And just before we like go on to another portion, like when he what did Adar say? I'm gonna call him Uncle Benjamin.
Yeah, what did Uncle Benjamin
say? Lord Father.
What did Lord Father Benjamin say?
What did he say? It was like it's like the lies of the world are so deep that even like the roots and rocks believe it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fucking
That was
wild.
cool.
Yeah,
that was a great line.
And the only way to correct it is to uproot it
all.
and destroy it.
Or uproot it and make anew or something.
Yeah.
Or like make a new
new world.
Yeah.
Also, the episode's called The Wave, I'm pretty sure.
The Wave?
I saw that now, and then when The Wave hit, I was like, that's the name of the episode.
But like that was wild. A and B. That was just I don't know. That was just I love like. I don't know. I think about like Game of Thrones season like 1 and 2 where they have these like really descriptive like lines like that kind of give you. Like, I think it was Varys, but like when he was talking about like the weeds of like. Corruption around you, or like
or
just
casting a big shadow with a little man.
Yeah. Like it's just a really good descriptor for like what is
great
going
analogies.
on. Yeah, great like metaphors and similes. So I enjoyed that a lot. Numenor,
and then Numenor, Lady Galadriel continued to have a little beef with the Queen Regent and called upon her father instead of her in the court. And that riled her up, you know.
Sent her to jail.
Landed her in prison for like 10 minutes.
The Queen also had a dream right before that of
the wave.
The wave.
Big wave destroying
and the petals falling
and the petals of the tree.
That was actually really cool.
Yeah.
One of my favorite disaster movies, as corny as the story itself is 2012 because I think the visuals are really cool in that
Never
movie.
seen it.
That is not a guilty pleasure in the sense of I watch it a lot, but if it is ever on TV when I had cable, I don't have it now, but when I did, if it was on, I'm sitting down for the rest of the night.
I feel like that's also like a Sam every 6 months you bring up that movie.
I do.
It's not a bad
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
but it's just like I like that movie.
It is a guilty pleasure for sure, and I think it's just because I like Doomsday movies, and it's just one that did the visuals of a Doomsday really well in my mind. It made me think of it because the waves. It reminded me of also Day After Tomorrow with
Dude,
Jake
I was just thinking
Gyllenhaal.
that. Yeah, I
Jake Gyllenhaal,
rewatched that recently.
Day After Tomorrow, another great Doomsday movie. But man, great time to bring up the visuals. This show looks great.
Yeah.
Show looks great. I'm blown away by it. Looks better than The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit in terms of like costume pieces. Yeah. Though Lord of the Rings was very minimalistic in like its design choices. You have a single castle in the distance, Minas Tirith, and everything is also just kind of wasteland. Where this, it's like it kind of like what you explained last recording, where it's like steroided up.
Yeah, it's a little much to take
Injected with more money.
Just a lot of money. You can definitely see the weight of the money in the show for sure.
Absolutely. You can see the money.
You can feel it, and it just hits you in the eyes. Yeah. But it pays
For
off
sure.
at least the visual portion. It pays off. I just wish.
Is that really like all we care about to spend money on?
No, I mean that's what they care about. That's what they cared about.
I'm not saying. I'm sorry. When I reference we, I speak for
of all humans, the royal we.
I speak for all and saying like, are we really spending $1 billion on a TV show across all its seasons just to make like cool like rolling hill shots and mountains and?
I think some people,
really green.
I think there are some people who are just super spoiled into that.
But like,
or only care for that.
Only care for that.
I mean, listen, I understand editing goes a long way and everything, but bro, just get a fucking drone and just go over like New Zealand and get some cool shots. I've seen people on YouTube do shots that are just as cool.
Yeah.
Maybe not to the level and the crispness of this, but like they could do that and totally pass it off and then spend like all their money in writing like the greatest story ever made.
Yeah, that's one thing.
It just frustrates me. I'm like, anytime, because I remember when they first announced this like years ago at this point, we're like, it's going to be the most expensive TV show ever made. And, you know, young, naive Will was like, oh man, that's going to be awesome. And now I'm like, that just means they're going to make fucking cool shots or like a 5-minute intro giving the history of the universe that's like seemingly not going to matter much. Because it was just a cool, like, 90-second, 2-minute intro.
It was not a good prologue to help me understand where we are in the world.
Yeah.
It was not a good one.
So, I don't know.
But it looked really cool.
It looked really cool.
It looked great.
It probably cost $100 million.
But I'm absolutely confused. I've brought it up before, but, like, just comparing it to House of Dragons, because those are the two shows competing right now, it is hard, and you can tell the difference between something that is book material and not book material. Because right now, and even if House of Dragons isn't like directly book, because I think it's a difference between third and first person that we're getting in that show, I feel like the dialogue is just hitting well in that show. Like, I don't know. They didn't even bring that writer team over to Middle Earth, in my mind.
Yeah.
Something about that just feels like, I feel like most of the lines in that show are just so crisp, and everyone, like, hits you, and you're like, ooh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Could you argue that with that's like, okay, I don't know how, like, crazy HBO is. I imagine it's a pretty popular I don't want to use streaming service. I don't know.
Yeah.
Procurement of shows. But maybe could you say that because this is like Amazon is now starting to push out shows? Could you say that?
But Amazon's pushed out some bangers. I just think it's different type of shows. And that's also not that doesn't have to do with the writing per se, because it's different groups that come in with different projects. Because you have Vinland Saga on Amazon, but that's written completely by different people than like
they just pay for the contract to own the show.
Yeah, they didn't assist in making that.
Yeah,
Studio Wit or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's Amazon Prime. It's Jeff Bezos. You have the money. Like, just I guarantee if they went over, like, if in the process of making the show, and they were like, all right, who worked on the greatest of all, like, pick any fantasy TV show movie that's ever existed, all the greatest ones, whether it's like Lord of the Rings or, you know, Game of Thrones or whatever shit that you want to look at in modern times. Well, who wrote it the best? Cool. Reach out to them, see if they want to work on this, and pay them a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's not that hard to do that, and I don't want to shit on anybody because I don't know who worked on the show, but it's just like, I don't know. If you're gonna spend $100 million, don't just spend it on scenic shots and like slow. I mean, it's not like we're getting cool fight scenes. They're all in fucking slow motion. What's cool about that?
They're all at 1/5 speed.
Get the slow. What are those guys called on YouTube?
The slow-mo guys.
Slow-mo guys?
Yeah, just get them to fucking film it. The battery's about to die.
Fuck. We'll be right back.
But anyways, I don't know. I'm not trying to shit on those people. I doubt any of them will ever see our YouTube channel, so fuck it. Who cares? I don't even know. I'm trying to like, you know.
It's also hard because they're competing against The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, which are adaptations.
Yeah.
And almost every line in both those movies are like straight from the book itself, which are lines that have been put into the print for like half a.
Oh yeah, by like one of the greatest authors of modern time. I mean, for sure. Yeah, it's hard to compete with that kind of stuff. I get it, but.
And could you argue that like HBO can talk to J.R.R. Martin about some stuff? Sorry.
It's all good.
J.R.R. Martin Tolkien.
Versus J.R.R. Tolkien's been dead for a while. They can't really talk to him,
but that doesn't help with the writing.
But that's like lore, like world building stuff, right? Like there's plenty of people that have good dialogue and writing nowadays that aren't like the greatest authors that have ever existed. Like somebody can make it work, and like this episode had a lot of lines that I was like really feeling. Like like I said, the Uncle Benjamin part. A lot of the conversations between Elrond and Durin, and then both the Durins talking amongst themselves. Elrond and Celebrimbor. And even that final conversation about the Palantir. And,
I was gonna say that between the Queen Regent and
like those were like
Galadriel
decent. Like I wouldn't say like they're great, but they're like pretty solid to good like lines of dialogue that was happening, or like memorable moments that I'm not gonna like sweep away. Be like, I don't really remember any of the talking points that Queen Regent and Galadriel had last episode because I don't remember a single thing they were. I can't like pick out something that was like this is what they said. I understand like the gist of the conversation, but like
Elfbad.
Yeah.
What I remember from last episode, and the only things that will stay with me from last episode, is the stupid Harfoot plot of the episode.
Yeah.
And the repetitive dialogue.
God.
Don't get off the trail. Stay together, or whatever it was.
I hate the Harfoot dialogue so much. It's so
It was
annoying.
pretty bad last episode. And also the warg, which I thought was cool. Which I thought was like the only memorable part. Where this, I thought there was some that
the warg was cool.
I like the warg.
Like this, I'll remember the waves. I'm gonna remember the Palantir because it did a really cool glass effect.
That was awesome.
The slow-mo shot with Arendelle, I'll remember. But just to start or continue Galadriel's story.
So she got locked up.
Yeah, Halbrand basically like explained the fact that she's a dummy.
Yeah.
He mansplained to her like
she's a dumbass.
Listen.
And explain why no one's liking her right now because she's like set on this narrow-minded journey.
No, it wasn't even that. It was more so like that he got underneath the Queen Regent's skin.
Yeah.
That's why.
Every time they talked, she was combative immediately, held Elvish like lifespan and all this like I'm better than you type shit over immediately instead of like trying to discuss
the elf
things.
stuff that Will loves.
Yeah.
Well, Halbrand also was like, bro, he literally said, yes, you're thinking now, or something like that. Like, I was like, damn, that's disrespectful, but it's true. Like,
that's not wrong.
Like, you know, in her thousands of years of age, you would think she'd be wise enough to understand, like, the one thing that set off the queen.
Well, it's like what he said last episode. I see an elf who can't put down the sword.
Yeah, true.
And then we got the scene with the regent. Took her up to the tower, I think was the next one, right?
Broke out of jail.
Broke out of jail.
Yeah.
Then went up the tower and saw that there was a sleeping man, not a strong king, called Palantir. Which was a tiny bit of a spoiler that we were going to be seeing a Palantir very soon. But it's all good. I wish they just called him king. You know, like, because they do that sometimes. But.
Caleb and Will saying Palantir so much summoned it this episode.
Yeah, you guys
I was like,
bound to happen.
I was like, I did not read his name right. That's bullshit. He better not be Palantir right now.
Well,
he really named that piece of glass after himself, fucking loser.
Well, it's just funny, too, because it's probably not on camera, but in the beginning, Sam brought up a second ago, but Sam was like, I know one spoiler for the show, and I asked, all right, everybody, give a stupid reason, or a stupid spoiler you think could be in this. And I said, like, someone walks into a room, or Celebrimbor. I said Celebrimbor walks into a room, and it's just full of Palantirs everywhere.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I was kind of right.
Technically, there's two. A man and a piece of glass in there.
There's two of them. And she said there were 6 other ones are missing.
Oh, man.
That's what the queen said. The 6 other Palantiri, or whatever they want to call them, is missing.
Well,
why is that the plural for Palantir?
Galadriel said she has touched many, and then the queen was like, you haven't touched one like this. And then did she say
they
that
said 6 other
hidden?
were missing?
Huh.
I believe. If I'm wrong, my bad. But
Bro,
I'm pretty
who created these seeing stones? What is the origin of these?
Probably
things?
the Valar. But they're not good things, is the other thing.
Or
they're evil.
were they good
so
things and they just got
Morgoth?
corrupt over time? Like things that were supposed to be like helpful, but I just don't understand.
I still don't. What purpose do they serve? I still don't get it.
They're seeing
the future.
It's like
is it always the future?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then why is it in Lord of the Rings they touch it and all they see is Sauron? Or do they see the future?
Well, he's corrupted them, I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure that just is like
It's
your
like
future.
a gateway.
Oh, okay.
Because Saruman, they don't really go into depth with it, but Saruman has one, and then he goes into it and is able to start seeing what is happening over in Mordor, but it's also becomes like a cell phone to talk to Saruman. And, Sauron. And Sauron starts being like, hey, we're on the winning
it's
side.
influencing him.
Yeah,
it corrupts him.
Yeah, just like the ring, like, can corrupt. Like, when these things of power get near people, it's like they become super susceptible to, like, fall prey to it.
Do you remember when Aragorn picks it up in the 3rd movie to show Sauron that the descendant is here and he's like, I'm coming for my throne?
Yeah.
It shows his future that Arwen is dead.
True. Yeah. I always wondered too, like, okay, I'm not super well versed in what Sauron was doing prior to all of these things, and prior to when he was bad, because he wasn't always a bad guy. Like, they were all chilling, you know. At
Gods.
some point. Yeah, they were
gods.
gods. But so I wonder, like, how much, because he was involved in like making the rings and, you know, doing all, and like clearly he made these weapons that like Theo has. Did he make a lot of stuff and have it be somewhat like intentionally be able to be corrupted by his will? Like the Palantir, like he hasn't been near it. It's not like I doubt we're gonna see him walk up and be like do and like change it so that it's a bad thing. But like, did he make it in some way that like in the future when he wants to use it for his will? Because like Sam said, all of these like things of power are like made to corrupt people eventually, whether or not like it was clearly intended that way or not. You know.
I don't know.
I
don't know how that works. I don't.
Me neither.
I'd be curious. I'd be curious to see if we see it in the show.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if Lady Galadriel is ever going to become evil because she touched the seeing stone.
Your question is, does he just make stuff to corrupt people?
Well, I'm saying that like in the process of if he helped make more things than just the ring, like did he help with the Palantirs, or was he around for that? Like, was he secretly planting the seeds of his evil / corruption back then, even before like Morgoth officially like took over or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that he wasn't necessarily evil before then, but like, or rather for his own like ideology, because I know his and Morgoth's are like different. Like they don't necessarily have the same goals in mind. They're just both.
Well, he also didn't just make the one ring. He made the 9 rings that corrupted them.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is it prior to even making all that stuff? Was he involved in making other things of power in this world? And did he do it with like ill intent to an extent, or at least personal gain to an extent? You know.
I think I need to read through the Silmarillion more.
Well, I don't know if you remember last
watched
time,
a video.
after the recording, he made werewolves.
Oh yeah, you did say that last time.
And he himself could take on the form of a wolf.
Morgoth ain't even in the chapters that I'm in yet.
Yeah.
I don't think. I think somebody called Malkith or...
Yeah, Malkath, yeah.
Malkath.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, I don't even
gods.
really know what Sauron is, like what you would call him, because...
Maiar.
He's like the same thing as Gandalf, or same level.
Yeah, but I don't think those are gods per se, because I think Morgoth would be a lesser god. Because how I understand it, there's a god and who makes music, and then there are the lesser gods of the worlds that help craft what is already done.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is Morgoth, who I think is Malkath or whatever the name is, he tries to set his own music in the world.
Yeah.
And, will eventually lead to whatever Sauron is, but I don't know what the heck Sauron, like you said. Like, I don't know the intricacies of that part, which is kind of what I was wanting from the show, but I guess it's too... they don't have those rights yet, so I guess I got played in that sense. But man, do I wish they just buy the rights so we can get to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe
I mean, we're talking about spending money on CGI. I feel like that show would just be nothing but CGI.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Next story plot? Oh, they touched the stone. They touched the stone.
She also saw the future of Numenor, the flood.
Yeah. She tried getting her on board to help the queen. Galadriel was trying to get the queen on board to get Numenor in the war. Said that Halbrand might be a king in the Southlands. Like join up to defeat Sauron, because like that is the true enemy that we all have.
Yeah.
She basically said, no, you're leaving in the morning. And then in the morning, as soon as Galadriel attempted to leave,
the petals
fell, and so they knew it was a sign that they fucked up and the Valar were weeping. So they then hit the Yui, and then
please spin back.
And now they're all going to war, and basically, they're going to all go to the elves to convince everybody else to go to war as well.
Declaration of war.
Yeah.
They had a draft.
Isildur's friends are going in.
Yeah, and Isildur is still seeing visions and hearing voices. He got kicked off the boat.
I need to see more of the story.
Yeah.
I'm not impressed with it.
I mean, it's like 30 seconds every time.
Yeah.
And then, I also really like, just one last thing on Numenor. I liked how the Palantir like shattered like glass, or like
a mirror turned into a vision,
like a mirror dimension. I thought that was cool. And honestly, I don't know if this is like, if there is an answer out there, but I wonder if like the Seeing Stone, it's not like a potential future as opposed to a definite future. Like what you see is 100% what you get. The only thing the Scourging of the Shire is shown in the Fellowship when Galadriel and Frodo are down there. And that scene never happened. I think they just took it out of the movies entirely. Mm-hmm. But that's like technically something that's supposed to happen. So like I don't know if like it's 100%. If I had to guess, I'm saying I think when you see that, it is 100% going to happen. If I had to take a guess.
In the books, I'm pretty sure the Shire is taken over, and when the Hobbits return, they take it back.
And that's why I said I prefaced the Fellowship, because I don't know if they had planned to do the Scourging of the Shire and follow the books yet, because they hadn't filmed the Return of the King movie.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that was like supposed to be a thing. Basically, what I'm saying is I think everything we see is 100% going to happen. Like I think the Queen Regent will return to Numenor, and she will witness that fall, just like Aragorn's wife will eventually
die.
Will be stuck to the earth, and Aragorn will pass. Arendir, yep. Numenor.
Durin,
Elrond.
So
and Celebrimbor.
Yeah, Celebrimbor says he feels like something fishy is going on with the dwarves, because Durin hasn't pulled up at all.
He won't talk to him.
And so Elrond goes to find him. Disa tries to, lie and,
He's at the quartz cavern.
tell him where he's not. Elrond uses his elf eyes and his ears to listen to their conversation and found out where he was going. They meet up. Durin asked him to swear to not tell the truth, and basically that they found Mithril.
Yeah. And we finally got to see what it looked like.
Yes.
Finally.
Almost, they said that it's like it has a light that's coming from itself.
Yeah.
So, that's pretty cool.
It reflects oddly.
What'd they call it? Glitter glass?
Grey glitter.
Grey
glitter.
Grey glitter. Mithrond, no, Mithril.
No, actually,
That
it's
was cool.
Mithril.
Let me pull up the book. Oh, yes, you're wrong.
And as a token of friendship, Doran gave him a piece.
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Sick.
I wonder what he did with that.
And I like the whole, idea of, trust in this episode.
Yeah.
The levels of trust, I can tell you're lying, and then the apology for the lying, or, everything, all the characters, or at least the dwarves, feeling, ill intent behind everything. I need you to swear on your father, blah, blah, blah. And then even when that's all said, the conversation with the king at the end of, well, what's your intuition?
There's
I think there's still something
fishy going on.
But, they ain't wrong. I don't know if... The unfortunate thing for Elrond is what he's getting them involved with will eventually be the Celebrimbor fall from grace type of plot.
The downfall of Khazad-dûm, too.
That's actually a very interesting thing with the rumbles this episode. I don't think it has to do with the dwarves digging in that spot per se, but just the fact that they're getting greedy with the Mithril.
Yeah, isn't it that they... I thought that, everything goes back because they dig too deep.
They did.
Yeah, they got greedy.
Yeah. But they even said, the mountain, cause when Disa was singing to make sure those miners, came back home, she was like, oh, we're talking to the rocks, asking for them to,
Return our people.
Return our people and be, forgiving. So it's, almost like they're an entity of some sorts.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it.
Well, even in the second episode when we're introduced to them, she says the mountain will even tell you where not to dig.
Yes. Also, hold on. Am I tripping? Was there not a moment in one of the Hobbit or Lord of the Rings where there's giant rock
Two
monsters
mountains
fighting?
fist fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Hobbit.
Rock giants.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I thought those were two
mountains.
That's crazy.
That just hit me, and I was like, "Whoa, is that a
mountains are
fever dream or is that
sentient
real?"
because they fist fight when they're pissed.
What's really crazy about that is a single sentence in the Hobbit book.
Yeah.
And it's talked about they're here on the rock, and they're and in the distance there was two rock giants fighting. And that never gets touched on again. And then they got a whole adaptation as a big scene for the Hobbit, which was actually, I thought it was really cool.
I love that scene.
I'm sure
rocks fist fighting.
I'm sure it left a lot of people very confused what the hell they were looking at.
Still am to this day.
Stone giants! But, yeah. Okay. I don't want to... Have you guys seen most of the trailers for this show?
No.
Just the first one.
Whatever we reacted to, that's all I've seen.
Okay, I've seen the other ones. I feel like they are a tad bit spoilery. As I'm progressing, as I'm progressing through the episodes, I'm like, okay, here's the scene. I knew the bow scene with Arondir was coming up. I knew that Theo was gonna have a talk with the old man, talking about, do you know anything about Sauron? As soon as he was laying there, I was like, we're about to get that scene. So, but there's far worse spoilers from what I've seen from the trailer, and I'm
Glad
just
I
like,
didn't see it.
I'm just like, damn, I know what we're heading towards from just watching this. So
sweet.
You're not a spoiler guy.
It's the trailers that they showed me. Is their trailers? It's on them.
You chose to watch them.
I did. Didn't. I'm obsessed with Lord of the Rings.
How dare you?
But yeah. What else?
That's really it.
Yeah, I guess that is it. I do like Elrond a lot. It's very funny because
Elrond's
he's.
cool.
I like him a lot. He is nothing like Hugo Weaving in my mind.
No.
Hugo has that
Weaving.
resting bitch face that I love about Elrond in the Lord of the Rings. He just looks upset.
He's like a green seer. He's seen everything. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about anything.
Yeah.
And
Except my daughter.
There's a lot to live up to, even though Hugo is only in a handful of scenes in those movies. But I think this Elrond's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've enjoyed his performance. I'm curious if as the show progresses, outside of just this season, is there going to be a turn to a more, I don't even know how to describe
Grimmer.
it. Yeah, more grimmer.
Yeah.
Stern, somber, stern Elrond.
I think so.
More than likely.
I mean, I'm sure after the war, and that hardens him. that'll definitely be, you know, a thing.
Luckily, we still have hundreds and hundreds of years to get to that grim state, so I think there's good transition times we have to work with. Yeah, good episode overall. I liked it. I liked it. Had a fun time. Anything else? Guys, if you made it to this point, make sure you timestamp this so we know that you are loyal to the end. Let us know your thoughts on episode 4 in particular, how you're feeling about the show so far as we head into the mid-season of this show, the halfway point, how you're feeling about it. And we'll see you next week. Punch it!